Futurism broadcast here, and I'm here with 4 of the leading genetic researchers in the world. And right here with us, we have Dr. Serp, who is the leading researcher on GMOs. Dr. Serp, what do you think about GMOs?
Well, I think GMOs, they are the future in feeding the world with our food. With GMOs, you can implement any gene into any food. A traditional way of doing this is crossbreeding, but with crossbreeding, you can't get your certain gene, so this isn't exactly the most efficient way of doing it. So then engineers have come up with a new way called genetic engineering. And what they can do, they can use viruses to infect the plant with the new gene, or they can actually use small needles to inject the gene into the plant exactly where they want it.
So, I know this is all about the future, so what do you think the public opinion is right now, and how do you think that'll change going forward?
The public opinion right now is pretty negative because a lot of people think it's uncertain. But with GMOs, they're the most tested organisms on the planet, and over $100 million each year goes into testing these things. So the uncertainty really should not be a problem because the GMOs are tested. We know they're healthy. Their non-GMO counterparts are just as safe to eat as the organic parts of them. But as I said, in the future, change is a must to be able to feed our growing population. So I think GMOs are going to be a great thing for the future.
And one last question. Do you think there are more non-GMO foods right now, or more GMO foods?
Way more GMO foods. I think that in the past, all of our food was way different than it is now. And I think over the years, without even knowing it, we have genetically modified our food. So I think everything we eat is actually somewhat genetically modified.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Serp. Thank you for your GMOs. Now we know more about that. And now, time for a commercial break.
I sawed this boat in half and repaired it with only flex tape. Just cut, peel, stick, and seal. Imagine everything you can do with the power of flex tape.
Thanks for sticking around, folks. And if you're just joining us, we got a recap. We got Dr. Serpent talking about GMOs, and now we got Dr. Fingerson coming in about cloning. Oh, and here's Dr. Fingerson now. Thanks for joining us today, sir.
Thanks, sir.
So my producer says that you're talking about cloning today with us.
Sure am.
Now, what exactly is cloning?
So, the premise of cloning is taking the nucleus of a deceased or extinct animal, and you're going to take that nucleus out of the, say, skin cell we take off them. So you're going to take that nucleus, you're going to take it out of the cell, and instead you're going to place this in a cell of the womb of the thing that we call the surrogate mother, which is the animal who's going to birth this new cloned animal. So we're going to take that nucleus from the donor, place it in the womb cell of a surrogate mother. So you're replacing the nucleuses, so now that cell has all the genetic information from the donor. Now we're going to place that back into the womb of the surrogate mother, where it will grow and experience cell division. So it'll grow into a fetus, and then hopefully when it comes out, it'll be genetically identical to the donor that we took the nucleus from.
So if I were to do this, I'd make some serious money.
Well, I don't know about serious money. You might go to jail.
Oh, okay. Well, but either way.
But it has been possible, and it has been done.
Oh, really?
First one happening in 1982 with a sheep named Dolly.
A sheep?
Yes.
Wow.
They took a cell of a dying sheep and did the whole process of cloning, put that in another sheep, and there you go.
There's Dolly Part 2.
Dolly came back.
Now, what is the public opinion of cloning?
Well, right now, this is all very in the future when it comes to extensive, bringing back extinct animals and such. So the public opinion is quite low in people even worrying about this. But as long as there's no Jurassic Park Part 2 stuff,
Wouldn't want that to happen.
No. We've seen the movies.
That'd be bad.
So as long as that doesn't happen, I think the public opinion will be high for bringing back these animals to roam the land once again that probably the humans have taken out.
So in the future, you're saying that it'll gain more popularity?
I do think that. So one specific example is the woolly mammoth.
Like Manny.
Like Manny.
Ice Age.
Yes.
I love that movie, man. Just to watch it.
Great movie. So woolly mammoth, one of the extinct animals, but this we have found actually recently in Serbia, one of the few woolly mammoth carcasses that actually has fresh blood. So now what we can do with this fresh blood is extract living cells, be able to take these nucleuses, as I stated before, place them in the closest relative of the woolly mammoth, which is the giant Asian elephant. And now we can do that whole process of cloning. And now, hopefully, and scientists say by 2020, we'll be able to have woolly mammoths roaming again.
There you have it, folks. 2020, Manny Part 2 coming back. And that was Dr. Fingerson on cloning. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Man, I'm so glad we can clone people now. Like right now. Yeah, hey.
J-Boo, I'm the squeezy, I'll be
And now we have Dr. Kazitsa from Human Cloning. Here she is. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
So, Dr. Kazitsa, what is the history of human GMOs?
So, in 1972, Paul Berg created a DNA molecule that was recombined, and he introduced it with another DNA molecule with a monkey virus, and they inserted it into a variety of foods to open everybody up to GMOs. And then with that, they made the Flavor Saver tomato. And then with that, they were like, well, let's try with some more stuff. So as seen in movies and books like Gattaca and Brave New World.
I saw those.
Yeah, we watched those in this class, actually. And this would include that, like, especially in Gattaca and videos I have watched in my doctorate biology classes, that we can remove diseases from human genetics. So in the human gene pool, we can get rid of Huntington's disease, and as our technology becomes more advanced, we can actually get rid of like AIDS in the future and cancerous cells like that. And so what we have right now for human GMOs are that parents can actually go into their own embryos, and they can choose the hair color of their children, they can choose the eye color, they can choose their height, they can choose any sort of physical trait that you can think of, you can pick, and I don't know, we'll just see where it goes from there.
What would you say the public opinion is on human GMOs?
The public view on GMOs is actually very controversial because most people believe it is unethical to want to alter your child into what you want it to be. A lot of people believe that you should be able to love it the way it is and whatever, but a lot of other people think that if they can protect their child from certain diseases and whatnot, that you should also be able to do that to protect them.
Well, thank you, Dr. Kazitsa. I'm sure my parents would use that if the technology was around.
Because you're sped.
And now next we have Dr. Alonzo. And here he is, folks. Dr. Alonzo.
How we doing, Travis? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. And he's talking about GMOs of animals.
Yeah,
Not
Trav,
foods.
I want to talk about the genetic engineering of animals. And what that is the manipulation of animals' genes and traits.
Sure.
And what we can do with that is we can make animals the way we want to make them. We can make them bigger, we can make them so that they benefit us, so that we can have more food. Like, I want to talk about chickens, pigs, cows. They supply a lot of our burgers, our pork, obviously our chicken. So if we can modify them to the way we want them, we can produce a lot more of it, and we can produce it better so that it tastes better and could potentially be better for you. Safe reach. And then next, so yeah, we want to create traits so that obviously it benefits us, the humans. Yes. And the way we do that is we have scientists all over the United States that make the traits a lot better for us.
So is this basically what Dr. Fingerson said about cloning animals?
It's not exactly the cloning of animals, but rather just making them better than what they were before. And back to what Dr. Serp was saying, he talked about, we're trying to improve the food. which is what the animals can do. I mean, you can modify vegetables and fruits and such, which we have many, many years ago. So now we're just trying to modify animals the way that we want them. They can also help benefit medicine and even just the welfare of the animals themselves, longer lifespans, and just better genes for the animals.
Thank you, Dr. Lonzo.
Thank you, Dr. Trav. I'll be
Thank
back.
you. Yes, hopefully. And up next, guys, we got Trailer Park Boys on Turvy Network. Thanks for joining us.